Hi everyone. So I've had a successful week one. I was kind of hoping for a bigger weight loss, but I managed to just lose like not even half a pound. So I started at 168.2 and now I'm 168. But I did lose an inch off of my waist and hips, so that's success. And I think probably I'm just building muscle, which is heavier. So um, my measurements are originally my bust was size 40, still is. My waist was 33 and a half inches, now it's 32 and a half inches. And my hips were 43 inches, and now they're 42 inches. So I think that's pretty successful. A whole inch in a week is great. So what did I do? I did the P90X lean week one, and I stuck to it pretty strictly, except for I play ultimate frisbees on Wednesdays, so I just swapped things around a bit so that my ultimate was instead of Yoga X. And then instead of doing the Kempo on Saturday, I had a rest day on Saturday, and then I did Kempo on Sunday. And then on the weekend, I did a few bike rides too, as well, just because that's how I like to get around in the summertime. Instead of taking transit, I like to bike, so that adds on a bit of a workout. In terms of food, I've been following a point system similar to Weight Watchers. In fact, it's exactly Weight Watchers. And the trick is, though, that with Weight Watchers, they calculate the calories and take into context the fat grams and fiber grams, with your goal of getting as much fiber in your diet as you possibly can, and keeping below a certain amount of calories a day, which I can't remember exactly what it is, but I have my points set to sort of the minimum for my, well, I think the minimum period, I think 21 is the minimum amount of points you're supposed to have in a day. And I've managed to stay within my point value for the most part, and then whenever I went over it, it was always into my exercise points, which doing P90X every day, I had a surplus of like, oh god, like probably 3 days worth of points that I could use, but as usual, I tend to binge on weekends, so especially on Saturdays. So I had really big point days those days, but still, by the end of the week, with my total weekly point balance, I still was under, I think, by maybe 15 points, and that's even with a big binge. Like, I literally had 2 brownies and some ice cream in one day, plus 6 glasses of wine. So I think if I can maybe replace those empty calories with some good nutritious calories, I probably would have more success. But we'll see how that goes. um, so you probably can't really see much of a difference, but I can feel it. My belly's down a little bit, and my bum's the first place to lose. So I guess I'm lucky that way. So generally, when people do this P90X program, they only weigh themselves and measure themselves after every 30 days, which is like the 4 weeks. Um, but I want to keep track weekly, partly for my own monitoring my progress sake, and also to give me something to report to you guys about. And I think everybody's interested in following people's progress. I certainly am. So my goals for this weight loss program is to, well, first of all, get fit is really what I wanted to do. But of course, weight loss is another, the vanity part of it all. And my goal is to lose 2 pounds every week. So this week, didn't quite lose the 2 pounds, but I did lose an inch. So I'm hoping maybe next week we'll see a 4 pound weight loss. So I started at 168.2, and I'd like to drop down to, within the first 4 weeks, become 160.2, and then after the next phase 2, I'd like to be at down to 152.2, and then the third phase I want to be down to 146.2, and then at that point I'll reassess and either start the program all over again, or I'll start a new program, but eventually I want to get down to probably 130 pounds is my ultimate goal. 135 I'd be happy with too, but let's shoot for gold, eh? So, and then that'll get me into that black dress that I want to fit into.